Hey everybody, it's been a while since I made a video, but today's video is I'm going to be comparing the D&D screen top to the old Red Sea screen top that I was using before. Alright, so let me start with the D&D screen top, and this has only been on the tank for a couple of days, and let me just start out by saying up front that this is better than the Red Sea screen top. Yes, there are some imperfections that I'll correct eventually, but we're not going to focus on that now. So this has lips that sit right on top of the rimless tanks, which I absolutely love. It has corners, just like the Red Sea does. It has cutouts, so I did this cutout here for my little Neptune auto feeder, so it can sit right there. I gotta fix that. So I can sit right there. On this one I didn't make a cutout for the back. I did a little modification where I cut out the, anyway, I lowered my, I don't know what to call it, but anyway, I cut the lip off the cover and lowered it, but I didn't make a cutout for the back because it still sits flush and it still sits on top of it, and I made a screen door. Like some imperfection cuts, but that's all right. And I made a little like feed door at the front, so when I'm feeding, I still need to make a little thing to cover this, maybe get a little acrylic piece that I cut out because that's 2 inches by maybe 4 inches. You don't want fish jumping out. But the D&D screen top, it's better. It's sturdy. You can pick it up with one hand and it doesn't flop around. Yeah, see, that's pretty sturdy, so you can operate it with one hand. You couldn't do that with the Red Sea screen top. Yeah, the parts are higher quality. This was, tried cutting this with a hacksaw, and it was really difficult to sort of cut this with a hacksaw. So just give me a second now. Let me put the Red Sea screen top on, and I can compare it. Alright, so here's the Red Sea screen top, and I've already removed the mesh. I was in the process of just throwing this out before I decided, like, hey, let me make a quick video. So the first thing I really don't like about the Red Sea screen top is it has a little groove on the top. And what happens is, as you get salt creep or things splash up, it gets really dirty in there. So this, that got wet as I was putting it on, but here you can see the corner, so it really gets dirty over time. It gets dirty over time because it has a little groove, so you have to take this to the shower, clean it out, while, sort of the D&D and other screen tops, you can just wipe them off. This is how these little clips that kind of sit on top of the glass, that's what's hold it. I actually think that's cool, and the thing is you can move these up and down, which I think is a little cool. So if you put it and then you decide, hey, it's a little bit wobbly, I need to put pressure points elsewhere, you can always slide them up and down, which I think is cool. But the thing about this one, I actually cut around the weir box. The thing about the Red Sea that really pissed me off is you cannot handle it with one hand. So even though this has a brace in the middle and the D&D screen top doesn't need a brace, you can't really, look, it's already, you can't really, like, look at that, like you can't, spilling water all over the place. Yeah, you can't really do this with one hand. Like, it's very difficult to, look at that. You can see the bend already. This is really wobbly. There's been times I try to do it with one hand and, it started coming apart. All right, I gotta put this down to put it back. All right, I'm back. So yeah, for this one, I had a feed door that I put off to the side. I did a cutout because I had a sort of like a Tunzi fan I used to clip on the side. Again, I cut out the weir box. Yeah, this was fine. When I got this, I thought this was a little bit more refined than the normal screen top that I used. But once I got the D&D screen top, the Red Sea had to go. It's a better product. And so again here, and I also have the D&D screen top on. the little anemone tank. So you can see nice, clean. Look at the difference. There's no grooves there that anything can fall in, so you just wipe this off. So there you have it. 1, 2. 1, 2. So again, my big thing is just how flimsy it is. You guys can make your own decision, but for me, I'm going with the D&D screen top. All right, thanks guys, and I gotta go clean up this water. In the interest of fairness, one last thing. This one, because I think this is more plasticky, it's a little bit easier to cut with a hacksaw, but I'm willing to put up with putting a little bit more effort cutting the D&D up front versus, you know, cutting this easier, but then having it, even with a center brace, having it flimsy. The D&D doesn't need a center brace on a 4-foot tank. Pricing wise, they are about the same. I think this is $50 for the standard. This one for the 4-foot is $50, and then you have to pay like an extra $5 for, like, you know, the corners and the different things you want. So I think price wise they're comparable, but function wise, I really think the D&D is a lot better.